Tractor. We've reached the tower, so what better time than now to share my ranking of the core Dark Tower books? There isn't one, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Here is my Dark Tower ranking. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Dave Musson, at Dave Musson on Instagram, and this is a place where I'm taking you through the works of Stephen King in chronological order and giving you 19 reasons to read each and every one of his books, and throwing in some specials along the way. If that sounds like something you want more of, click around my channel, there's plenty to explore, and hey, click subscribe so you don't miss any future ones also. Now last time out, if you're a regular around here, you'll know that we reached the Dark Tower and I gave you 19 reasons to read that book, the finale in the Dark Tower series. So I thought before we carry on with our chronological journey, I would take this opportunity to go through my personal ranking of the 8 core Dark Tower books. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I should point out that it is exactly that, the core Dark Tower books. All of those books that I put in my ultimate guide to the Dark Tower, which include this 8 of course, I'm not going through all of those here in that ranking. I'm just ranking the main Dark Tower ones, okay? Do let me know your personal rankings for this in the comments, of course. I'm not trying to suggest this as a definitive list, as always with the rankings, just my opinion, but also as always with the rankings, I'd love to hear what you think. So let me know your ranking of these 8 in the comments below. Okay, I'm also going to keep this list spoiler free so you can watch all the way to the end, whether or not you've completed your journey to the tower. That's nice, isn't it? So let's get on with this. I was going to say before any tractors drive past, but there's already been a fucking tractor drive past. So let's see if we can do it before any more tractors drive past, or before the dog barks, or whatever other fucking thing is going to get in the way. Let's just do it, okay? So at 8 is The Wind Through the Keyhole. So that's bottom of my list, this Dark Tower novel that we haven't actually got to on the regular channel yet. So it was released in 2012, and in the Dark Tower chronology it sits between Wizard and Glass and Wolves of the Calla. And it's absolutely fine. It's a story within a story within a story, but that's it really. It's absolutely fine. And if this thing had never seen the light of day, nobody would care. The only place it can sit really is at the bottom of the list. Number 7 in my ranking, Wolves of the Calla. The 5th book just doesn't do that much for me. I'm not saying it's a bad book. None of the books in this series are bad by any means. They're all pretty darn good. I just can't deal with the annoying Calla folk and their particularly annoying accents that make me fucking angry sometimes. But the battle sequence in this is fantastic, and one character in particular, well, that makes this book worth reading alone for me. I'm not going to say who because of spoilers, but if you know, you know. Or maybe you don't. Who knows? So at number 6, Wizard and Glass. Now, before you write that comment and before you at me, just let me remind you this is my personal ranking. I'm not trying to claim this is the 6th best book in the Dark Tower series, or the 3rd worst if we're talking in more negative terms. As I put in my video coverage of Wizard and Glass, I fully accept that this is a quite wonderful book. But for me, I just don't need 800 pages of backstory, particularly not at a point when the story, the overall story in itself, has just got moving and just got really exciting. This just kind of gets in the way for me, even though it's brilliant. Does that make me bad? Do I care? No. Well, what do you know? We've got the fucking bin lorry going past. First tractors, then the fucking bins. I mean, if Floyd doesn't start barking at some point in this video, I will be amazed. They always park right outside my house as well. It's like, guys, I'm making distinctly mediocre YouTube content here. What are you doing? Go away. You probably can't even hear this, can you? This is probably just me stressing out about nothing. Anyway, it's leaving now. Probably should cut that, but I know you like it when I get annoyed. I know you like it when I get annoyed. I know you like it when I get annoyed. I know you like it when I get annoyed. And number 5, Song of Susanna, the 6th book in the series, and the one that I quite often see at the bottom of most people's lists, which, as I talked about last time, I can kind of understand. But for me, I really enjoy the pace of this one. I love how it gets things moving again and sets us up for the series finale. Also, Most of this one takes place in our world, which is by far and away where I like the Dark Tower the most, when the Gunslingers are doing stuff in places that we recognise. This one's pacey, punchy, powerful, and I think it's rather good. So number 4, the Gunslinger. The opening book in the series, let's face it, is a bit of a slug to get through, and it's kind of an underwhelming experience first time you do it, especially if you allow yourself to build up the fact that the Dark Tower is this magnificent, huge, career-defining thing that Stephen King wrote. The first book is a bit meh, it's fine, but the highs in this are super high, to the point where the highs alone mean it has to sit above the other books we've already covered. And that opening line, mwah. At 3, the Dark Tower. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like how King decided to wrap this thing up. Not me, I thought he did a fantastic job, as I covered last time. We get closure on lots of storylines, we get to hang out with loads of great characters, we get a real range of emotions, including some gut-punching, heartbreaking moments. And the actual ending of this ending book, I think, is excellent. So deciding between second and first was pretty tough and very close actually, but as we sit here now and record this video, I've gone for The Wastelands as my second favourite Dark Tower book. Now there's loads of amazing stuff in this one, and as I said when we covered this book a while ago, this one feels like the Dark Tower book where King really found his groove and really got his tower mojo. We get the band being pulled together here, we get loads of cool baddies in this one, loads of great action, and most importantly, we get Oi. So that of course leaves as my favourite Dark Tower book, The Drawing of the Three. The book that made me give a shit about the Dark Tower. This one's great. The monstrosities in themselves are hilarious and brilliant, but we get the drawing of the different characters into Midworld, but we get so much action in our world as well. We really get to understand Roland a bit more and even get to like him a little bit more. There's loads of action, there's loads of great dialogue, there's really strong relationships being built between the characters, and it really sets us up with loads of hope and excitement about the rest of this epic quest that we're about to go on. I love the energy of it, and I love the fact that when you get to the end, you are absolutely ready for more Tower. This is my champion. So there we go, my Dark Tower ranking from 8 to 1. Do let me know yours in the comments below. I'd love to hear which Dark Tower books you particularly enjoy. As ever, if you liked what you saw here, then there's loads more on the channel for you to explore. Do click around, see what you find, and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss any video in the future. And if you want to come and chat King on Instagram, I'm at Dave Musson, always happy to hear from you. So do check back again soon. We're going to be heading into a post-Dark Tower world, which, when it comes to King's fiction work, started with a quirky little story on a quirky little imprint. I'll see you soon for that, but otherwise take care and please enjoy health and happiness over long days and pleasant nights.